Bit of a misty day up in the hills. There's that paddle boat steamer. And then I'm just going to walk through the tent area so you can just see how many tents are here. It's just amazing how many tents there are. Out of all of these tents, there's only one like mine, which makes sense as it's not in production and hasn't been in production for a while. That'll wake everyone up. Oh wow. So this is Thunder Island. It's absolutely fantastic facility for this. You can see why they do the expo here. Wow. It's just so many tents. It's interesting seeing which ones are the most common designs. So there's the tent like my one. Though it looks a lot newer. Probably one of the most common one amongst the through hikers is this. This is a Z-Plex duplex. Yeah, so many different types of tents. Oh, that's the expo. You get a really good view from a distance. It's pretty big. There were more vendors than I was expecting to see. But yeah, let's see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah, so that's the expo over there. Heaps and heaps and heaps of tents. So there'll be a few people leaving today, but there'll also be a few arriving as well. They have kept us off the wedding area so they can still take photos if needed. So not many people here because they've got the rain of the sprinklers. It's not just hikers here as well. Yeah, you can see that tent is not a hiker tent. Good morning!
I'll say it for you. Good morning, good morning! Thunder Island! Yeah. Good morning. We're registered.
See ya. One of the funny things is the strong smell of weed as you go past certain areas. It's lots of tents that side as well. That side. I mean, just when you think that's it, there's the whole other half of the island with all the tents up there as well. So I'm not going to take a walk through. Zoom in and see that there's hundreds more tents on that side as well. Oh, it's just amazing. So many people together. Coming down. Really neat little information board here about the gorge and the bridge and Native Americans as well. Which is pretty cool. And that's the bridge. Bridge of the Gods over the Columbia River. And I'll be crossing that later in the afternoon, and midway on the bridge is crossing the state. Alright, so that's enough of a tour. Apparently there are pancakes somewhere over here, so I'm going to go and see if that's true. If not, I'm heading to the diner and have a nice, decent-sized breakfast. Yeah, and that's the only toilet, so it's a long walk to get to the toilets this morning. we just had a little get together and we had some neat conversation, and here's everybody.
Marnie from Kaiser, Oregon.
Noelle from Kaiser, Oregon.
Jane from the Dalles, Oregon.
Don from the Dalles, Oregon.
Doug from Albany, Oregon.
Karan Joy from Albany.
Brian from Colorado Springs.
Thea from Palouse, Washington.
And missing in action.
Kim from Palouse, Washington.
So lovely to meet with you all again. Good afternoon. I'll do a proper intro once I'm back on trail proper. But 3:30 and thank you. And about to cross the Bridge of the Gods. There is the logo. It's a little bit narrow walking across. There it is, Bridge of the Gods. It's pretty hard to get a decent photo. Train going by underneath. Pretty cool, you get to see right under you is this open grid. See all the tents on Thunder Island in there. I can imagine horses wouldn't be too happy with this one, looking down through the grill at the river below. Hi Matt! Woohoo! I am about to cross over into Washington. Here I go! That's another state. Oregon is done. I'm now in Washington. So that's Thunder Island where the tents are. And then that's where Trail Days is. Bridge of the Gods. I'm getting close to Canada because there's a signpost for Vancouver. And welcome to Washington, the evergreen state, which means rain, to keep it green. Pacific Crest Trail, this way. Oh wow, it's such a neat feeling to know that I'm now on my last state. 470 odd miles to go. So about 3 weeks and that will be me done. Wow, it is. Yeah, Oregon done. I talked a little bit about it, but so looking forward to Washington. Woohoo! On trail in Washington. Woohoo! 506! This keeps getting longer and longer. So the monument had it at 400 and it's close to 500, but Guthooks has got it at 470 something. So yeah, anyway, here we go. Good afternoon. It is day 148 and I've just had a wonderful couple of days in Cascade Locks at PCT Trail Days. So came from the campsite by the lake, had a small climb, little drop, another little climb, and then it was a steady downhill to get down to Cascade Locks. The trails are quite rough in places, but yeah, it was good. Got down to the bottom and got to Bridge of the Gods. Went off trail there, and then did some admin. Well, had food first, checked into the motel, went to the post office where I have my new passport, which is the replacement for the previous replacement, plus my old passport. So it's nice to have all my documents in order. Yeah, and then just relaxed for the afternoon. The next day, a bit of eating, a bit more relaxing, and then trail days. Oh, sorry, and I had went to the cafe, met up with two lovely ladies, Susan and Patty. Had a great little chat. Then had a meet-up, some more wonderful people. Another really neat chat, good conversations. And then went to trail days and had a look at more stands than I was expecting. So it was really interesting looking at all the kit. I bought some shoes, the more padded version from the Lone Peaks, because when I get home I'd like to get back into running a little bit, very slowly easing back into running. So yeah, those will come home with me. And yeah, just looking around, meeting people, lots of reunions, hikers I haven't seen for ages. And then in the evening, set up my tent at Thunder Island. Could not believe how many tents there were. So yeah, it was neat looking at all the different tents, and met up with some people I haven't seen for a little while, so that was cool. We went over to Thunder Brewery, I think, to collect on our free beer, or in my case cider, and had a meal, just yeah, talked, socialised. Yeah, and then this morning the Trail Angels were doing free pancakes for us, so had some lovely pancakes, nicest pancakes I've had since I've been here actually. Had some chocolate chips and some berries in them as well. Then went and had a coffee. I then had a Skype session with the ladies who found my wallet in the Sierras. So the two young women who were part of the program and the volunteers who went with them for the Whitney trip. So it was really lovely to be able to thank them in person. Lovely bunch of ladies, and very grateful to what they've done. Then went and I bought some replacement shoes. They are brand new shoes. My other shoes probably still had another 100 miles or so left, but I prefer to get some shoes now, and they will now last me the rest of the hike. I had some new inner soles I picked up at the post office, I'd ordered, and I bought a new raincoat. My old raincoat had done Norway and got heavy use there, plus all the use in the Sierras, and I just don't think it's still waterproof despite having washing it and treatment. So knowing Washington it's probably going to rain, I decided I'll get another raincoat. So it was on really good deal. So I'm trying the Outdoor Research Helium 2, which is well regarded amongst a lot of the hikers. What else? Yeah, I was at the Knock brand. So Knock is a bladder, and I'd had issues with them in that they were too stretchy for me to get much force through them, and the thread, it was very easy to misthread them. And I was chatting, and they've fixed those issues for the new model that's out. And someone came up to me and was talking about watching my YouTube. So the lady went, "Oh, you're on YouTube? Here, have a bladder and review it." So I was about to buy it, but So I will review it, but I'll put a disclaimer that I have been provided the bladder for free when I do my review. It doesn't mean I'm going to speak nice about it if I don't like it, but I'll give it a week or so as a use and then do a review on what I think. So I think that's all my new things: bladder, raincoat, shoes, inner soles. And then met up with some of the people who've been watching my YouTube videos. Oh, that was fun. Really neat talking to them, hearing their stories and answering their questions as well. Oh, wonderful bunch of people, just like the previous day. Thank you to those who gave me a little something. Some gave me a little something to buy lunch and some fruit and some bars, and yeah, didn't need to do that by any means, but it was lovely. So yeah, just really enjoyed that. I thought it would be an hour, but it was a couple of hours and the time just seemed to go really quick. So yeah, lovely to meet everybody. And then yeah, that was it. I went had some lunch and back on trail, and lovely to be back on trail. So excited to be in Washington. I think Washington's going to be fun. Everyone that's talked about it is describing, you know, good steep hills and fantastic dramatic scenery. So that's going to be cool. Yeah, so today it's quite late to start, so it's not going to be a long day, but it beats the rush because there's an awful lot of hikers that are going to be leaving and getting back on trail. So that just gets me half a day ahead of them. Yeah, woohoo, it's really fun times. Trail days is amazing. Meeting all the people, the hikers and the YouTube watchers was amazing. But I have a job to finish. I have Washington to walk through and get to that border. We've got these flowers and then the white ones, but these little thistles, that's so cool. So just walking along beside the road for a little bit before we finally turn off. I don't think it's too hilly this afternoon, so I think I get a bit of a gentle warm up into it and then into the hills. That's an old PCT marker. Oh, look at that! Can't resist. Oh, beautiful and sweet. Oh, yum. I can't believe they're still here alongside the trail. Yeah, wow. Yum. Yum, yum. Because of my beautiful new shoes, new inner soles, and coming off a zero, I'm keeping a very gentle pace. Quite a few day hikers out on this part of the trail, and there were heaps of people going backwards and forwards across the bridge, experiencing part of it. That's a big hill ahead. I don't know if it's one I'm climbing. So many blackberries, I can't resist. Yeah, yum. It's been a nice trail in the forest, but out into this open clearing for a while. I see some power lines ahead, which is probably why it's so clear. Trails, it's not the smoothest trail, but it's been fine. Not quite as rocky as what I'm on right now. I think this is just a temporary thing. Legs are starting to shake out nicely. Left knee's just a little sore. It's just all adjusting to new shoes and new inner soles. Bit of a pond down there, and ignoring the big power lines, it's a pretty cool skyline. Especially like that rock there. That's cool. Hey. That's a cool bridge. Cute little creek. Been steadily climbing, now up above the river, and I have just noticed something beside the trail. Leaves of 3, leave it be. I believe that is poison oak. So yeah, I just need to be watching out for that. Yuck. At least I'm not oblivious like I have been in the past. I've actually seen it this time, enough to know to watch out. Hopefully there's not too much of it. So I have started the big climb. Saying that, I've just got a little downhill dip. So it is 2,900 feet climb, but it is over 7 miles, so shouldn't be too steep. Just a steady up and up and up. I'm not going to get all the way to the top tonight. I'll still go for a bit longer. Still feeling good. It's probably another hour and a half. There's the last water source for a while will be in 3 and a bit miles, so I might look at somewhere around there for camping. And another bridge. I must have changed countries. I'm in Cape Town, going up Table Mountain. It's 3.1 miles, but I won't be going up to the top tonight. Filled up with water at that creek, but I'm so close to my campsite I didn't want to filter water there, so I've just got the bladder. Actually, it's clipped to my umbrella string at the top of my pack, but it seems to be sitting there quite comfortably. So yeah, I'm only a couple of 100 meters from where I think there's a campsite, and I can get my tent up and filter my water there. I filled up with 2 litres there, enough for dinner, breakfast, and then there's a longer dry patch. Yeah. Whew. Notice a difference, an extra 2 kgs on the back. Table Mountain Natural Resource Conservation Area. And I am there. Right, but I'm going to continue on and find this campsite. I was heading to a campsite that was listed on Gut Hooks as a couple of 100 yards down a side trail, and I just got there and there's a person there already playing music out loud. Don't really want. So there was a very tiny tent spot right on the junction, which I'm going to squeeze myself into. It's my little stove, so just flicking it up to open it and lifting the top, always making sure it's actually turned off before you try and attach it to the gas, and yeah, it's just a matter of putting it on. And my little tinfoil cup lid. So I need to replace it. This one's starting to get a little tired and doesn't quite cover across the top now. While that's cooking, I figure out what I'm actually going to have for dinner and get it out and have a look at it. So I'm going to try one of these new meals I got at Trail Days. A couple of new companies I haven't had before. So this is Meat Lovers Beans. Once again, all natural ingredients. And this package has 470 calories. Calories from fat, 50. It's got cholesterol, it's got sodium, it's got 80 grams of carbohydrate and 26 grams of protein. Vitamin A, calcium, vitamin C, and a lot of iron as well, which is good, especially for females. So it's made in Portland. One issue with it, it's one of these 20-minute things. So I'll give it a go. Nope, it's got one of these oxygen absorbers, so got to take that out. Oh, it doesn't smell very nice. That's what it looks like. So we'll see. Because I didn't have time to put it into plastic bags, and because these were new products I wanted to show the original packaging, but it's really bulky. I know it seems bulkier than the other ones. Oh, that should be done. Yep, it is boiled away nicely. Okay. I've got the water up to there, so 3/4 of a cup. This is 1 cup of water, but this is a bigger than a standard cup. Give it a stir up. They had sample ones of their risotto, sweet potato hash, and a caffeine porridgey type one, which tasted okay. So, but they didn't have a sample of this, but it looked good. Seal a zip top, and in my tent I put it on top of a cloth so that I'm not having heat on my tent floor. So there you go, there is cooking dinner. Dismantling it is just as easy. Twist that off, tuck that under, and then just pushing these down. I love this little stove, it's just nice and simple. Alright, so I have just finished this, and that's a no from me. I actually ended up leaving it 30 minutes because after 20 minutes I tried it and there were still things that hadn't hydrated. After 30 minutes there was still some things in there which were, yeah, not hydrated yet. It had a funny smell that remained the whole time. Apart from that, the taste was okay, but the size was it was small. I'm trying to see how many grams it is. It's 121 grams, so it's not that different from taking the normal freeze-dry two-person and splitting it. But yeah, it just didn't seem like much. And this packaging is heavy. It's heavy and it's bulky. So it's the normal foil sachet with a layer of paper over top, which makes it even heavier than normal. So I'm sorry, Backpackers Bistro, that is a definite no on several counts.